A is a throwaway word, it does nothing. But win is like a fist. And he does that throughout the entire poem. And I realize that's what a lot of contemporary poets do. And that's what I started to do. The basis for me to break a line, it could be a lot of reasons. It could be rhythm reasons, it could be emphasis, but basically break a line on 1 and 2 syllable words because they're a unit of strength in the language. Right? The other thing is I noticed that a lot of people say, people who don't read poetry say, well, it doesn't rhyme. That's nonsense. Of course it rhymes. All right? Their comfort zone has been lifted. It's not at the end of the line anymore. It's not moon and June, rake, cake, But the rhyme has moved inside, and it's much more subtle. It's closer to everyday speech. So, for instance, you might come here Sunday. Okay, take the word Sunday. Next line, say your life broke down. That's internal rhyme. All right? So, and you have to listen to that, to pick it up. And that line continues. The last good kiss you had was years ago. You were walking streets laid out by the insane past. Last and past. Those are rhymes. So they're not necessarily in any order, but they're there to glue the words and lines to the page. All right? And that's what contemporary poets do. Later on, there's rage and gray. Who and butte. Boo, boo, boo. All right? So I also realized that, and this is after reading this poem over and over and over again. And the mark of a wonderful poem is that every time you read it, it's the first time. Something comes to you that didn't come the last time you read it. That's what good poems do. It's always the first time. So those were some of the things I picked up. And I realized how important titles are. Degrees of Gray in Phillipsburg. He doesn't say degrees of gold or degrees of red. It's gray. It's faded. Right? And Phillipsburg isn't that exciting either. But he didn't say degrees of gold in Phillipsburg or in Phillips, but it's Phillipsburg. So what a good title does is it sort of sets the tone of focus and helps you get your footing. A lot of poets that I've worked with over the years, they don't even know where the hell they are in a poem. And if you don't know where you are, you can't get to the end. The Romantic poets always told us where they were. Lines written a few miles above Tinternet, Wordsworth tells us. James Wright is on a hammock on his friend's farm. You have to know where you are so you can move. Right? Those are just a few of the things that I picked up and I use, and I pass on to other students as well. The other thing is, and then I'll move on to the next because I don't want to spend too much time on this, but just to give you an idea what I was picking up reading this work. What was the other thing I pointed out here?